Hello and welcome to another commentary of me painting. Uh, Hi again. Today over it's been a while actually. Um, Not just today, but in many days in the past, I was doing this painting. Realistically, I think this painting only took like 14 hours. I think the original drawing, which you saw at the beginning, and you can just go back, look at it, was an Inktober drawing, and I'm sort of releasing this now because Inktober is coming up. It's only a couple days away. So yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do one ink drawing a day for that month because I am so full of client work. It's not even funny, but we're gonna give it a shot. But onto this painting. Started out as an Inktober drawing. I think the drawing itself was a 4-hour drawing. The painting took 14 to 15 hours, something like that, over the course of, it was just me doodling on it for like 15 to 30 minutes when I thought of it. So it took, I think I started in December of last year painting it, actually. And I just finished it last night. But, just here and there. The idea of this from a technical perspective was to use traditional art, painting on top of traditional art, which in this case was an ink drawing, to achieve a new look for my art. I'm really looking for that. I sort of I think there's a lot wrong with my personally with my digital stuff. I think it looks a little cold, a little bit like well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a digital piece looking digital, but I really want a traditional feel to a lot of my work, and this is just an experiment. This is an experiment in style. So I took that the pen and ink drawing, and I think I started with just a multiply layer with that bright yellow on top of it, that orangey yellow, and I moved the shades, all the tones of that ink drawing, and I moved them to like a purple hue, like a brighter purple hue, I think, or just a more saturated purple. And basically this allowed me to paint semi-opaquely on top, and sort of as I color picked, I'm getting interesting colors off the bottom there. So I'm choosing the color that I put down. I'm using the Frank Frazetta piece that I based it off of, those colors to inform what I'm doing. And there's a lot of interesting things he did. There's a lot of very saturated orange and reds around the edge of that bottom mound area, and I get into like exactly how I handle the bottom mound area there. Later, I think it becomes wands later, mostly wands and Horcruxes. But I wanted, I wanted to emulate this piece, this old Frank Frazetta piece, that is probably, in my opinion, is probably the most iconic piece he has. It's the Conan the Barbarian piece. I think it's a Barbarian, but I titled this Hermione the Conqueror, sort of as a play on Conan, and just like the idea of the piece was it's an alternate universe, alternate Harry Potter reality, where Harry Potter is either he never existed or is dead somehow in the universe, like, and it's up to Hermione to save everyone. My girlfriend got mad at me because she said it should have been Neville Longbottom, but you know what? He doesn't exist either in my universe. It's Hermione. It's all Hermione. She did it all because she did the freaking homework. That's right. She's that meme. But yeah, so I just I'm doing a lot of stuff that basically I would do in an oil painting. I don't know, like I don't know how to paint in oil that well, but basically just a lot of use of pushing color that's already there and still wet around with new color you're putting on opaquely. And yeah, I'm basically using a lot of my friends who are bigger Harry Potter fans than I am. I'm a fan of it, but just I guess not very super knowledgeable, and never, like, I'm not a huge reader, to be honest. That's for another video, maybe, the explanation as to why. It's not that I don't enjoy it. It's like I can't comprehend things. So it's just difficult for me. So I tend not to do a lot of reading, but basically, yeah, I'm getting a lot of different parts of Harry Potter lore from friends, from the wiki. I bounced a lot of ideas off my friend Dylan Pierpont, who's another artist, better than me, for sure. Check out his work. He's doing a Harry Potter, Scary Potter right now for the month of horror. And so that's another play, another alternate reality Harry Potter thing, but for sure, Dylan Pierpont. Remember the name, darn it. Yeah, he's a great artist. But yeah, he's a huge fanatic Harry Potter fan, as is my girlfriend Rachel. And together with Wiki, they all help me decide what should go on these. Dylan suggested the little pendant, that hourglass thing that lets Hermione sort of have infinite time to do studies. Kind of go crazy, though. I guess. I don't know. I don't know a lot of the lore, but if you're a Harry Potter fan, I think you can sort of imagine the lore going on here, where Hermione uses that thing. Darn it! The name is escaping me. I'm so sorry. The time pendant. I don't know. To figure out how to defeat Voldemort. And yeah, I sort of imagined it as a sort of Prince of Persia type deal, but maybe that doesn't work. But I don't know. I don't know. This turned out to be a pretty sick piece. And I think a lot of people get a kick out of it, especially Harry Potter nuts. The Potter crew. I don't know what to call it. What's the name for Harry Potter fans? Cool people. That's the name for them. I don't know. People that understand complex lore better than I do is the name for them. But yeah, so a lot of this, also in the design, just generally speaking, of everything, I used sort of information that I read. So I read their description. I looked at what they looked at, and you can see I have a lot of reference off to the left. I saw what they looked like in the movie, like how they were portrayed, and sort of combine the two in my own version of it, and used all that different thing, all the elements, all the visual elements, to create this unique look in the end. Yeah, I don't know. Pretty neat. I'm gonna try this. I've been trying it actually in my professional work, to go over the top of drawings, both pen and pencil, graphite drawings, in the same manner, where you put the overlay or multiply bright layer over the top. It really depends on how bright you're intending the image to be in the end. Yeah, and changing the color of the underdrawing, and then color picking, like using colors on top semi-opaquely, color picking. Yeah, it just gives you this really neat look. So there you have it. I'm at a loss of what to talk about regarding this, but for sure, if you have questions, put them in the little comment section at the bottom. Yeah. And that's the guitar coming in. I thought it was going to surprise me, but it sounds pretty good. Well, a shout out to Sexy Ron there.